Welcome to the Kava YouTube channel. This is Michael Hamway, owner and CEO, and we're here today to tell you the truth about the Kava bar industry. And today I have Quinn with me, and Quinn has been with us for 8 months and has kind of learned the industry over those 8 months and had no experience with it before. So this is a great way to talk about the industry and get into what it is and what it means.
I just wanted to break the ice.
You got to sanitize the hammer now.
Yeah.
So let's start with the first question. Q, do you think that there's too many Kava bars opening in the United States right now?
100%, especially in like Naples and Fort Myers. I feel like I see one open and close every week, and a lot of them are giving bars like us that are all natural and lab grade test all of our products kind of a bad rap.
I get that. I think that, at the end of the day, we see that, with coffee shops, a multitude of coffee shops have existed together for a long period of time. And I think that, as this industry starts to grow, we're going to see more and more of them. It's just about owners being responsible and what they're providing to people. So you got a question for me?
Yeah, I got one for you. Do you think the Kava bar industry is sustainable?
100%. I mean, it's such a new industry and a new niche that I don't think that it's even scratched the surface on what it could be yet.
Okay, here we go. Just in the small time I've been in the Kava industry and the Kava scene, I've seen how much it's grown, and I see how many new customers walk in the store every day, and it's people where this becomes part of their everyday lives. So most definitely.
And part of their routine.
Yeah, 100%. I introduce people to this place, and now they're coming every single day or Wednesdays and Thursdays, and they make it a part of their life. So it's definitely something that reaches out to people and sticks with them.
All right, so what do you think is the thing that people get wrong about Kava bars? Because I know my answer.
The product we serve, I feel like a lot of it is what they think is something harmful, like the things that come from gas stations like 7OH and stuff like that, and they walk in here and they kind of think of this place as like, oh, that's kind of sketchy and whatnot, but we really do serve a healthy product.
For me personally, I think that people get it wrong where, like, when they hear Kava bar, they think like hippie, like,
yeah, that's true.
Very like bohemian and like spiritual and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that is just not the case whatsoever. Like, for a lot of Kava bars, not even just Kava Love, but a lot of them are nothing like that.
I feel like people think like they have to drive down this really long trail surrounded by woods and it's a little hut.
Yeah, and there's going to be like some sort of seance that's going on inside, or some hippie drum circle, and that is not even, it used to be, but it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. How many Kava bars do you think are in the US right now?
700?
You'd be off by quite a lot. It's actually 1,100 is the last count of how many are across the United States, and over 83% of them are located in the state of Florida.
I believe that 100%, but I had no idea it was that high.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about that we are the home of all these bars.
Yeah.
And all these other states haven't even experienced it yet.
I know, that's crazy. So with 1,100 bars in the US, why do you think it's become so popular?
I think people need an escape. They need a place to go. And, in the past, it used to be coffee shops. It used to be your local, alcohol bar that you would go to after work or whatever. But, people just want that third space that they can go to and relax and meet people, but also get work done. And it can be such a versatile spot. And a lot of, coffee shops and stuff moved away from that for whatever reason. And I think the Kava bar industry is providing it. So that's why people are starting to gravitate towards it.
Yeah, 100%. I remember when I was in school, I used to be able to come here, do my studying, get my work done, and also right after I was done, talk to my friends.
Pack up and hang out with your friends.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
So kind of leading off of that, do you think this industry will still be prevalent in 10 to 20 years?
So it's a valid question, but at the end of the day, I think that it's going to be even bigger and better than what we see today. I think as people get more exposed to it in other states and other areas, I think that once they experience the community aspect that the Kava bar industry provides, I think that's what's going to really propel it forward. And I think you could see that overtake a lot of coffee shops or alcohol bars.
No, I mean, I agree with Mike. I think especially with the direction it's going in the short time I've been here, all we've done is grow and go and grow. And that's the same for the other Kava bars. So. Yep, you're welcome.
Oh
my God.
Can you just love me for 5 seconds, please?
Yeah, I love you every day. It's just like you're a lot sometimes.
I'm a lot?
Yeah, you're a lot.
I'm a
yes,
lot?
you're a lot. you're kind of a drama queen, and you kind
You're
of like
you're dating Izzy,
you liked
and I'm the drama queen?
you're sidelining me right now, coach.
I'm not sidelining you.
Coach,
You're in the fucking game.
No, I'm not though.
You
I'm
are
not.
in the fucking game.
I'm a bench player. Our star player gets hurt. You throw me in. Oh, you didn't really
No,
want me in the
Maddie
game.
just
Not
wasn't
there.
up for it right now.
I'm
He's
in
like
the game
Le-
because I have to be, not because you want me
Maddie's
to
like
be.
LeBron James. He needed to take a break.
Kava love.
So Quinn, you're behind the bar all the time,
Mm.
right? Do you think that people still confuse Kava and Kratom and Blue Lotus with drugs and alcohol?
100%. So I am at our other location, our Pine Ridge location. We have a lot of people from the AA meetings come in. It's right next door. And they often are super scared to try it because they think, oh, this is just like alcohol. I'm going to relapse off this. When most of the time they're relapsing off of unnatural things like 7-OH and other drugs.
Yeah, like even like things like, you know, AA tells you to smoke cigarettes to help with like curb your addictive
Right.
personality and stuff like that, which is even more harmful than the alcohol. And then it's just mixing, it's just going good after bad, bad after bad.
Yeah. So Mike, being the CEO of a Kava bar, what do you think some of the biggest challenges Kava bars are facing right now?
I'm really thinking the biggest thing we're facing right now is the fact that there are a lot of companies out there, not only just Kava bars, but other tea companies that are retail that are putting really harmful products in their product and not disclosing it to people, not telling people what's going on, which is ultimately leading to people getting sick. And it gives a bad reputation to all of the bars that have worked so hard to provide a high quality product and a healthy product to people.
I would also say, knowing Mike for the short time that I have, he's very open, and especially with customers, he wants to let them know what they're drinking and how it'll make them feel. So we want to be very open as a business.
Transparency has always been a huge part of this company, not only internally, but externally as well.
So we kind of talked a little bit about your journey with opening up a Kava bar. What are some of those challenges new openers to Kava bars face?
Honestly, it's really the fact that they don't put an emphasis on what they're serving or how they're serving it. In the Kava bar industry, that matters tremendously. And when you don't know what you're doing and you're serving a product to people that people are ingesting, it can get a little hairy in that regard. You want to make sure that you're providing the cleanest and most healthy product that you can possibly do. And if you're unaware of really how to do it, but you saw a business that you wanted to get into, that can be a mixture of being a dangerous thing.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that sometimes when I go into certain bars, I kind of treat it like as I'm going in there as a brand new customer, like I've never tried any botanical teas or any kava before. And sometimes I don't quite get that full explanation, which is what we're trying to do. And we're trying to make sure our customers are just as educated as we are.
So to that point, you know, one of the things that really sets a bar from succeeding and failing is that specific aspect, right? But it also boils down to the fact of like not listening to customers, right?
Yeah.
A big reason why we have the 70% extract and the extra love was because we heard our customers and they wanted a stronger product as an option, and we provided it to them. A lot of kava bars are not listening to their customers, they're not listening to their communities, and at the end of the day, that only leads to them not succeeding.
Mike has probably 50 to 60 customers come up to him a day, and he doesn't get frustrated or anything like that, but he just constantly listens to his customers and his guests' responses, any ideas they have, and just takes them all in, takes them all into consideration. Some might not be the greatest, but he definitely does take a few and incorporates them into his business.
I think you have to. I mean, it's your customers are your lifeblood, and if they're telling you something, you have to listen. And not every idea is gonna land or is gonna work for our business, but you have to listen to them every time. So over the years, we've seen a lot of kava bars come up and everything. Do you think we've seen a rising competition?
Not really. I think this was the first kava bar I ever went to, and I don't think I would ever work at any other kava bar ever again. I just think the level of consistency and quality we give our customers is unmatched, so I don't see any competition in my eyes.
Yeah, I would say that like a lot of bars have their home people, right? They have their regular base and they're loyal to their bar that they go to, and that's totally cool. And, you know, I don't think competition's the right word, because the market is so wide open that even with, 7 to 9 kava bars here in Naples, Florida, we don't really see like competition in the normal sense, like a coffee shop would or a regular bar would. So I think that that's kind of interesting that the market is still wide open to the point where it's not really competition yet with
Yeah.
anybody.
Well, it's not like there's like one niche side of the story and then another, and
Right.
it's like directly competing. I think
Yeah.
there's so many different variety. And
Yeah.
like when it comes to a specific kava bar, it's like no two are identical, and they're kind of honestly like complete opposites
Yeah.
sometimes, or they can be really similar. So there's not a lot of direct competition.
Yeah, I would say even aesthetically and drink wise, I just don't think you could compare any two. They're just so vastly different.
Yeah.
And one of the things is like no one seems to be franchising, right? I mean,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, I mean, like the only two licensed, kava bars allowed to franchise per the federal government is us and Kava Culture. I mean, there's not a whole other plethora of franchises out there that, are expanding. The 1,100 bars across the United States, you would
Mhm.
think that, someone would expand or get a franchise license and to grow, but you don't see that, which statistically that's crazy. But
Yeah.
it goes back to what I originally had said in a previous video, where it seems like a lot of kava bars are hobby shops. Like they were opened up because someone wanted to hang out in a kava bar and wanted to own it. So,
Yeah,
you know
I can definitely see that. That's
yeah.
the vibe I get when I go into a lot of kava bars for sure. So we've talked a lot about being in touch with your customer base and being in tune, but how crucial do you think your customers are to your business?
Immensely. I mean, the community here is everything. And, I think that the community makes the kava bar. And, one of the things that I always equate it to is an old show called Cheers, where, someone walks in and everyone knows that person's name and is saying hi. And I think that just meshes everyone together in a way that I don't think you see anywhere else.
Definitely, even when I used to bartend, I did not know every single person's name that walked in the building. And now in this environment, I do.
Yeah.
I could tell you anyone and everywhere they come from. I know everything about everyone in this building. And honestly, I feel like that's a really beautiful thing.
So what have you seen like out of customers as far as their lifestyle goes? Like, does kava bars like change their lifestyle in any way, or their routines or anything like that?
Yeah, 100%. I think they honestly kind of base whether they have their work life or their nightlife or whatnot, they try to build it around this kava bar setting, because if they know that if they come in at 6 p.m., you could see Alex, or if you come at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., you could see Mike here sitting at the bar working, You see the people that you want to see, you see the kava tenders that you want to see, since we post so actively on our stories, so you can kind of build your schedule out around who you want to be around for the rest of the day.
Yeah. And I think that like a big part of it is like people are coming in for their favorite kava tender, or they know that one of their friends is going to be there for a couple hours, and they try to plan to come in during those times so they can be surrounded by those people.
And then how have you seen this lifestyle among customers change since you started this business to now?
I think that, at the end of the day, I think people adapt. And if they, make a new friend one night when they're playing trivia on Tuesday night, that they'll ask that person, hey, when do you come in here? Oh, I'm a morning person. Like I come in at 10 a.m. That's when they'll come in and hang out with their friends. So they try to change their routines up, try to be around the people that they want to be, like you
Right.
said.
Yeah.
And it just makes their quality of life better because they're surrounded by people that are positive and that they're friends with.
Yeah. So, Mike and Ike, what do you think the kava industry is going to look like in 5 years?
Honestly, I think it's going to be more comparable to coffee shops and how they originally kind of started as mom and pop places, that a third location, if you will, that people could go to hang out, meet people, but also get their work or schoolwork done. And I think that's more where it's going. I don't think it's ever going to fully replace alcohol bars, but I do think it's going to make a dent in what, is the standard as far as going out at night, goes. You've said to me multiple times that you want to own a Kava franchise at some point. So what makes you believe in this industry like I do? Like, is there something specific that makes you believe in what you're doing? And what was that really triggered that with you?
When I started coming to Kava Love, I was in a really low place in my life, and then I had an event, we'll call it, that hit me even harder and drove me even deeper down that hole. And Mike really helped me out of that hole, and he showed me a lot of things, and he showed me the proper way to run a business. And I feel like the culture and the community you've developed here really just, it like you were saying before, it's beautiful.
My staff and the customers and everything have pulled me out of some dark places before, and that's something that I don't think you can ever buy. It's something that you build over time.
If you know anything about Mike and his personality, that's all it is. It's just no funny business, just work, 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 work. And I have a lot of respect for that. And I think that's kind of gave me a glimpse into my future. So do you have any advice for me going into this whole franchising my own Kava Love?
So I would say just to make sure you're going into it for the right reasons. A lot of people get into the kava bar industry because they think it's just a gold mine, and that's why they get into it, and there's no other real reason behind it. But if money's your driver, that's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
You really have to be connected to the business. You have to be connected to your staff and to the people that come into the store. So while money's great and kava bars can be very lucrative, it's more so the fact that you connect with the people that are around you while you're here.
Yeah, and I think that's the main driving factor for me, is I just want to be able to build a community that's as loving and caring and generous as this one that Mike has made.
Guys, thank you so much for joining me and Quinn today. I hope you like and subscribe, and we hope to see you soon. That was a very simple and direct way to talk about the kava bar industry and what it's all about, but we're gonna have more videos going into more detail on this stuff coming soon, so please stay tuned.
I had fun today. Bye, guys.